Technology Futurist Ian Khan here. It's the last day and the summit is over, and it's been a fantastic 4 days here. Over the last 4 days, there's been so many different conversations and dialogues and sessions about change, about the role of government, how governance changes, how technology is changing the way we should work, we have to work, and we can really create value. So starting from global leaders to authors to thinkers and people from different segments of the world, I think it's been such a great experience being here overall and kind of being part of that creative thought and creative collective insights to all these people. Today, Malcolm Gladwell was here. He's an author and he's done some really good work. So he was here and he was talking about a few things. The musician rapper from Black Eyed Peas, William, was here, and he blended his perspective on what it really meant to be, a one-third investor in the Beats headphones, and how when Apple bought over that brand, how that changed his perception of entrepreneurship and what he wants to do now. So there's been just so many different perspectives that it's been pivotal to start thinking fresh and start thinking what impact can we have tomorrow. I think a couple of things that I can summarize from the summit in general in terms of what's the final take and what did we learn in kind of three short sentences is I think first of all we need to realize that technology is really taking over the tomorrow that we're so hoping to be here. So the tomorrow is going to be powered by technology. Technology will change the way we work, we live, and we interact with the world around us, whether it's in education, it's in healthcare, it's in transportation. So technology will be such a big part of that. The second part is that the future is changing more rapidly than we thought. There's a lot more change happening in a much faster time than you could ever anticipate. So as part of that, you've got to be ready for this change. You've got to be ready to make sure that you're moving with the times rather than you're stuck in one place. You're hoping for things to change, and the outside environment is changing much faster than you anticipate. And what happens is that you're left in the abyss and you're left at a loss. So it's very important to do that. And number three is no matter what technology it is, whether it's blockchain or artificial intelligence or Internet of Things, whatever is coming down the pipeline, it really doesn't matter what it is. And what actually matters is that we look at ourselves first and enhance our capabilities and start learning in this new era and new age, because learning about the world outside is going to help us work with that world in a way that we haven't done before. So learning and absorbing that knowledge is going to be pivotal for success. As I say that, there's two reasons for failure or success, and if you have both of them, that's great. If you have one of them, you'll still fail. So the first reason for failure or for success is the inability to see that the world outside has changed, that your parameters have changed, that your operating environment is now different. So you've got to recognize and be able to pick up on that things around you are changing, and that's happening in the world right now. The second one is that to take the right action in this environment. You might know that things are changing. You might know that everything is new and technology is taking over, but if you fail to take the right action within that environment, you will fail, and that can be very risky. And you can see a lot of examples of this in the actual world, where our inability to recognize change has led to failure. Our inability to act in that environment of change has led to failure. So you've got to be able to have both of these things lined up, so that there's no iota of doubt about you succeeding. You've got to be able to succeed in this new world, in this new era of technology, of change, of innovation, emerging tech. And trust me, there's many technologies that we don't even know about. So probably next year or in the next 2 or 5 years, there will be many more things that would have accelerated the pace with which we are changing. It would have accelerated how we do things, how we learn. No doubt, in many parts of the world, this change will not happen because there's no infrastructure. There are still basic challenges that we're fighting with, for example, poverty and hunger and homelessness. And it's pathetic that just a few of the people, probably the top 1% or 2% of the world, are literally influential in terms of education, in terms of the impact that they can create, and then yet that ability to scale doesn't exist. So we've got to make sure that we are able to scale and we're able to propel ourselves into the future of this world with tomorrow. So this is my last video from the World Government Summit. It's been fantastic, a few days. Thank you to the Prime Minister's office for inviting me and having me here to join the conference and to be part of this. Very privileged and honored to have been their guest. And I do look forward to being here next year and hoping to create a bigger change and have a bigger impact next year. There's many things that'll probably change in these 12 months across the world. So let's see what tomorrow brings. And my advice to you is, start looking at the world around you, see what has changed. And the second thing is take the right action to be part of that and match your frequency with the changing times so that you may succeed. Ian Khan from World Government Summit in Dubai. See you soon.